So when literacy declines, it shouldn't be a surprise to us that rap conversations have become less sophisticated. Rap fans are idiots.
Yo, right here in the small box. Rap fans are idiots. Not you, but there are some rap fans out there that are really idiots. I feel like with this video that we're about to watch, we're going to be calling out all kinds of people that not only give the worst comment, but they also show their intelligence. So let's not waste no more time. Let's go straight into the video. But before we do, y'all know we got to do it. So let's get started. Yo, you, right here. In the small box, right here in the small box. Welcome back to Flex Mob Reactions, only on the Flex Mob Network. I'm Flex, welcome back to the channel. Yes, happy Sunday to everybody out there. Thank you for stopping by, I greatly appreciate it. Let's not waste no more time, let's go straight into the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, you know the vibe. You're tapped in with your favorite Canadian reaction channel and network. Yo, real quick, make sure y'all hit the hype button on the video, man. Real talk, it will help the channel out greatly. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive in with this video right here.
Rap fans are idiots.
Damn.
That's the title of this video, but I said that to be hyperbolic. Some of the people watching this video don't even know what hyperbolic is. And that's my point. It's the King. This is where I'm supposed to tell you to like and subscribe and hype this video. Whether it's music, culture, technology, this is my channel.
Hey, bro, let me go ahead and help you out with that real quick, man. This all it take right here. This all it take, bro. It don't even take long. You know? Look at that. Both channels, Rap Latte and King Green. If I'm correct, Rap Latte has Torre on it, right? All right, bro, let's go ahead and just get started with this. Let's go.
First, let me get to why I'm making this video. I'm King Green. I'm an artist, I'm an MC, I'm a songwriter. I've been in the music industry for like 12 years.
Damn.
I've made countless records that are pop records, rock records, and definitely come from an MC point of view. My validation comes from the people and the legends that I've worked with.
Looking at it, till it a psychopath, the killer, the caterpillar. For the #1.
I was on that.
Side note, here's a middle finger to 5-0.
Oh, wow.
We did that.
$1 million in the bank.
That's fire.
I've been in the music industry paying my bills for 12 years off of writing. I sit here on the internet and see all of these conversations and discourse about lyrical analysis from rap because of the battle, due to the Drake and Kendrick battle. The problem is, people don't know what the hell they're talking about, but they still speak like an authority. And it ain't really their fault. Everyone became detectives, and it went from understanding and comprehending the framework of MCing in hip-hop to decoding and figuring out who's who and who's getting exposed. Who's this nigga talking about? Who's he talking about? And this line,
It's like we brought in reality TV into rap. We brought reality TV into hip-hop. When it comes to all the drama that happens on reality TV, they take that and they pull it into rap, just so it makes rap interesting. It makes listening to rap pleasing to certain ears that are not in or within the traditions that comes with hip-hop. People outside of hip-hop that are more into pop stars, they're gonna follow the drama and kind of like decipher the bars as if like, oh my god, he's really talking about doing something to somebody, or who is he dissing? Wow, this is so good. Nah, none of that. That's crazy.
and actually is about this person because of that. Who's he talking about? He said that about that person? And that explainerism has nothing to do with the actual framework of MCing. And what do I mean by idiot? I'm just saying that people do not have the literacy to really comprehend rhetoric.
Only 46% of U.S. adults can read above a 6th grade. What? 6th grade? Bro, do you understand how easy it is to read over a 6th grade level? What the hell?
Or literature, and since they don't understand the framework of hip-hop, as well as a lot of times the English language or media literacy, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Look at this. My opinion, exclamation, exclamation. Nobody has to explain why Eminem, Busta Rhymes, Jordan Lucas are the best. But Kendrick, Jay-Z, if you guys didn't tell me what...
I'm triggered. I am triggered.
What they were rapping about, I wouldn't know. If these guys weren't already famous and we didn't know their personal issues, we wouldn't care. It sounds like gibberish to me. No flow, it's choppy. If you didn't explain it to me, it wouldn't make any sense. Just letting hip-hop fans
No flow? Man, I'm triggered.
know why hip-hop is struggling. Rap fans are idiots. Most likely a white guy who said this, right?
I like white folks, but I don't like you.
He probably could relate to the content of Eminem. He could relate to the visuals and narrative that Jordan Lucas is giving you. He could relate to the flow and expressiveness of Busta Rhymes, but he doesn't have the cultural context to understand Kendrick and Jay-Z. And to be able to develop that context, it's not about even being from the culture. It's about having literacy. It's about understanding the language. If I speak Spanish, yo comprendo. I'm going to be able to maneuver in different situations and go to different countries because I speak Spanish. You don't speak this language. Rap fans are idiots. I really need to make a song called Rap Idiot. Yeah, I need to do that. I had a comment from a nigga that said, I'm making rap white by trying to explain it and educate people. As if black people never in history ever educated anybody anything. That there was never systems created by black people. Mathematics. That statement is inherently anti-black, and that nigga couldn't even figure that shit out. We have created different forms of rhetorical devices through this culture and art form of hip hop. You don't speak this language. This is from the NFR podcast. I got no issues with
why Canada? Why Canada? Why Canada, man? Rhetorical question. Why Canada, man? Damn! Bro, it's like I gotta put Canada on my back, bro. It's like crazy out here, dude. Like everybody literally in Canada talking crazy when it comes to hip hop. Meanwhile, I'm out here telling y'all what's really good. That's so wild, bro.
These guys. But I want to show how things can get misconstrued and become loose when you don't understand the framework of MC. Like you got to understand how an MC is thinking. It's not just poetry. It's not just literature. You have to truly understand it to analyze it. So
back up a tab in Chanel, because I do buy everything like I'm Middle Eastern. We have a crazy double entendre here with two homophones. But let's start off with the first homophone. Iraq, meaning he acquires money.
Those are not homophones. A homophone is individual words that sound the same or nearly the same and have two different meanings. So that's like pair and pair. Sale and sale, right and right. Let's continue.
Is extremely wealthy and he earns a lot, but that could also be heard as Iraq, the popular country in the Middle East. Now the second homophone is Dubai. Obviously he does buy.
Also not a homophone. What this is, when you say I do buy and you mean Dubai, that's like saying I scream and ice cream. Those are oronyms. That's the difference between a homonym and an oronym. It's when it's a phrase that sounds like a word or another phrase. As well as you could call it a phonetic pun, which is this whole thing he's getting into right now.
Everything insinuating that he'll go shopping and he'll purchase expensive goods, but that also sounds like Dubai. Those are the two homophones. But there's a crazy double entendre here because within these bars, he's obviously referencing the Middle East with countries like Dubai and Iraq, and he's also referencing that
this isn't a double entendre, and I'll get to why in a second.
He likes to spend his money on luxurious goods, but some people are also saying that this is a triple entendre because he's portraying himself as a wealthy Middle Eastern man.
I'll rack up a tab in Chanel because I do buy everything like I'm Middle Eastern.
This might be a very nasty take, and a lot of people outside of Canada might not understand it. I'm going to try to explain it where it's not going to be too harsh, but make it understandable so you guys can understand. Because to some people out there, it'll be kind of weird or it's kind of off that Drake is rapping about the Middle East, he's rapping about Dubai, Iraq. The thing is, that's a very big fan base over there for him. So it's like a targeting strategy when you're using those bars. Because now you're targeting that culture, you're targeting those people, and you're targeting the fan base that comes from those places. That's the best way I can explain it. But funny enough, in Canada, we do have a lot of Middle Eastern people from that area or that side of the world. We have tons of them here, and they're all Drake fans on top of that. When it comes comes to OVO clothing being sold, if we're going to be super honest, it's a lot of the brown people or Indian people here, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any kind of way, but it's the brown people and Indian people here that really be buying the clothes. It's not disrespect in any way, but that's what's being shown. That's what we see. Because when you walk around now, it's not a lot of black people wearing OVO at all. We're going to be super honest. It's actually international people really wearing the OVO clothes, which is kind of interesting, but it makes sense at the same time because in Canada, the international population that lives here is actually very large. So when he's rapping about areas like that, like it might resonate with the people from there because like, yo, this is Drake, a light-skinned dude, and he's speaking about where I'm from. Bro, that's sick. This might be my favorite song now. I hope I didn't offend anybody with that, but I just want to break it down so like everybody can understand it. It's kind of an interesting fact because a lot of people might not piece it together or they're not even gonna know unless you're from here. So it's kind of interesting. That was like a freebie, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's go.
That has the wordplay. There's complex wordplay in it. There's the oronyms. There's an extended allusion, but it's not a double entendre. That doesn't make it less of a line. This was a well-written bar, right? There isn't two meanings.
It's clever.
This is just an extended allusion. So he's alluding to being from the Middle East or being Middle Eastern in the beginning of the bars, and then says in a simile that he is Middle Eastern. But there's no double meaning here. There's no extra meaning. It's an allusion. It's a reference. A reference doesn't equal meaning. That's the problem I'm seeing with the literacy level of people. And they're seeing people like myself, Prof, Toure, the Company Man, Curtis King, Screwface. Everybody break down these lyrics for Kendrick during the battle and talk about these double entendres. And they're like, whoa, wait a minute. I see that this also means that, so it must be that. But I don't use the word reach no more because that's y'all word. That's the rap idiot's word. I use extra textual. The shit that y'all coming up with is extra textual.
Extra textual elements is anything that exists outside of or goes beyond the bounds of specific text. In analysis, it refers to meaning, context, or references that do not originate from the text itself, but are applied to it by the audience, the author, or external circumstances. Wow. You
can't prove the other meaning in the text. A true double entendre would be something like real G's moving silent like lasagna. Or because most people think I be hating on Drake for no reason, I could use a Drake line from the new one. What is that? Bills on their face, that's why they ducking Drake. That is probably a quadruple entendre, maybe 5. The whole bills on it works within the concept and the framework many times. You can add all these up and it makes sense in that one line. That's in the actual text. So that's when something has multiple meanings. It's not just referencing something. And I'm okay with people making mistakes because I make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. There's hundreds of rhetorical devices and literary devices and ways to describe wordplay and figures of speech. Mismatching words, missing things, that's okay. But not having a understanding of the framework of the art form is the issue, and then presenting yourself as knowledgeable.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. We need more black content creators to really speak up that really know about this issue. Problem is, in Canada, they're gonna get blackballed. That's the biggest issue. This is why I'm very careful with teetering that line, because at the end of the day, when I'm speaking about Aubrey, when I'm speaking about the city, the reason why I'm doing it is because I want to see the city flourish. I want to see our city shine, and I want to actually help artists build themselves, to build their character, to build up their artistry, to build up their business, to build up their entrepreneurial background, because these are the things that it takes to be an artist today. I want to help with the marketing, the PR. Honestly, marketing, PR alone, that's my area of expertise, right? When it comes down to like creative strategy or strategic marketing, that's my lane. I want to help artists with that, right? I'm not here to bash, disrespect freely, because there's plenty of channels that do that, and clearly a lot of people in the hip-hop space, they gravitate to that because they're getting a lot of truth from the bashing that other content creators are doing. I'm doing it a little different because it's like I want to offer my help, but to offer my help, y'all need to understand what's going on, because a lot of people are playing in your face, and that's not good. If you're believing the people that are lying to your face through their teeth, from their mouth, what does that say about you at that point? Bro, you're just going to believe anything without no context, without doing the research. Hey, guess what? I do that. I'm looking at the ish. I'm looking at the context, the research. I'm watching the videos to get a better understanding of what's going on and how people are playing in your face. That's what I'm doing, right? Hey, proof. You see the girl that was on the Breakfast Club, the lady that was on the Breakfast Club, and what people from Toronto, first of all, they went out and found her just off of her voice. Can we talk about that? They found her off of her voice. These dudes took the time out of their day just off the strength of hearing her disrespect Aubrey, and they went and found the voice to the person speaking on the Breakfast. How do you do that? Unless she said her name, that's different. But how do you do that, right? That's insane to me. And look what they proceed to do. Bash her like it's a regular Tuesday. Bro, just imagine for me if I was speaking freely and talking the most shit. I'm cooked. So I have to take a different strategy to that. Because out here in Canada, they really got demons and dogs running up and down this place. And people be scared because it's like, yo, they can really mess up your life. Bad. What they did to that girl, the lady, that's like a light Tuesday. That's not even that serious what they did, but look at the damage. Just imagine if for somebody that was just freely talking insane about Drake. I'm screwed if I did that. I'm not doing that.
That's the problem.
The pillar of hip hop is writing. That is, it's art. It's like creative art. You know what I'm saying? Like the essence of hip hop, you gotta be able to like put words together for real, and not just be somebody else's.
If I was a rapper, I couldn't have nobody write my rhymes.
Like you got Omarion telling this man what it is to be a writer in the culture of hip hop.
No, I gotta give you some pushback on that.
Okay.
I don't even think you got the intelligence to even give no pushback. You talking to an artist and you're a podcaster.
Because to me, music is music, and I get it. It is a difference. But it be 12 people on the R&B track, and they kind of be like, we kind of know that's not your record.
No, all these 12 niggas wrote it for you. How about that?
These niggas can't rap.
And this nigga doesn't care. He's like, well, music is music. We're not talking about music. We're talking about MCing.
This nigga can't flow like me. I look better than this nigga. I got more hoes than this nigga.
You can have a good run, but you can't be Jay-Z just by chance. You can have a good run, but you can't be Kendrick Lamar by chance.
There's a difference between an MC and a rapper, and it's not a figment of our imaginations. There's a framework that I'm going to show you, and there's also an understanding about how this language is used within analysis and observation that gets fumbled a lot of times.
I swear to God, I just lost brain cells, bro. I swear down, I just lost brain cells. What the hell?
That Drake and Kendrick battle changed everything.
Fact.
Because it didn't just become rap analysis. It started becoming detective work, decoding who's dissing who and who they talking about. And the gossip was more important than the actual MCing. Before the battle, people used to talk about rhyme schemes. They used to talk about patterns and wordplay. And I used to make these videos. Here's me explaining what a scheme is. You know what a rap scheme is? Not a rhyme scheme, but a rap scheme. Let me explain. Schemes are usually extended metaphors or figurative language that expresses a whole idea or concept within a verse.
Tech getting all the money here in modern times, so I'm about to shift for a dollar sign.
This is a double entendre. I'm directly saying tech companies are the most valuable, so I'm going to pivot my career and work with them. I'm also saying when you hold Shift and 4 on a computer keyboard, it makes a dollar sign. A literal example of using tech to make a dollar sign. That's a bar. And the idea of a scheme is language that got developed by the culture. There's certain things that people say in hip hop that have different meaning within the culture. And that needs to be understood when you understand the framework. You can't just apply literary knowledge to hip hop rhetoric. It has its own value, its own culture, and it's moved things just like AAVE has changed things in the English language, like the habitual B. Look that up. I'm not going to explain to you what the habitual B is. And that's why I love this art form so much, and it needs to be viewed as high art. This is not just rapping and tapping and shit. No, no, no. I'm not you, rapper. So I think all this happens when rapanalysis became kind of mainstream. And when did it become mainstream? After the Kendrick and Drake battle. Everyone became detectives, and it went from understanding and comprehending the framework of MCing and hip hop to decoding and figuring out who's who and who's getting exposed. Who's this nigga talking about? Who's he talking about? And this line actually is about this person because of that. Who's he talking about? He said that about that person. And that explainerism has nothing to do with the actual framework of MCing. And obviously this gossipness is entertainment. It's enticing. We do this all the time. We try to figure out, oh, is this person talking about that? But what's most important is how they talking about the person. It's about how they are talking about the person. I keep using the term framework of MCing, so let me explain what that framework is. Most people think rap is just literature, like poetry to a beat. Rap is literature, but it's more so rhetoric. I had a professor tell me one time that literature seeks understanding and rhetoric seeks persuasion. The goal of rhetoric is to move people, is to persuade people and convince people. That sounds a lot like rap, right? Like when someone's rapping, they're trying to persuade you into understanding where they're coming from and that they are that nigga, that other person isn't. We always say rap is a competitive sport, and that's what rhetoric is when it comes to persuading. But even in telling your stories, you're trying to convince and inspire people through this rhetoric. That is a form of persuasion. And with that, it brings us to Aristotle's rhetorical triangle. And what is that rhetorical triangle? It is ethos, pathos, and logos. Ethos is credibility. Pathos is emotion, and logos is logic. Some Greek shit, you know what I'm talking about? And if you break up those three things, you could think of rappers that fall in those sets. And the best MCs move through this rhetorical triangle with ease. We're talking Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z's, Nas, and they're using rhetorical devices and colorful language to be able to persuade and convince people of these ideas. An ethos example, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. That works because Tupac said it. We believe Tupac, and he knows that. So he says, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. And he's established that credibility in his work. Pathos, I can't see it coming down my eyes, so I gotta make the song cry. That shows his invulnerability. That shows his own internal struggle with showing emotion. And if you're from that same place, you could relate to that hyper-masculine type of perspective where it's like, I ain't about to cry, but I do have these emotions. I do feel this. And logos. Logo could be a simple narrative statement. My glove compartment is locked, so's the trunk in the back, and I know my rights, so you gonna need a warrant for that. He's giving you the logic of why he's right in that situation. And this framework always existed in MCing, but it developed and got more complex over time. Like when we're talking about 80s rap and people look at that and feel like it's really dumbed down, moving to the turning point, which is Rakim really, and everything after that, the technical skill of an MC is probably more complex than ever in today's MCing across the genre, across the culture and world and the mainstream. It's just that people are actually dumber. Rap fans are idiots. That's crazy. And we could blame a lot of things. We could blame the education system, or we could blame the algorithms. They've done plenty of studies.
You can blame the education system. You can blame the music that people consume. You can blame the environments people are raised in. There's a lot of explanations as to why people are like this today. And it's quite tragic, if I'm going to be honest.
Of the effects of these algorithms on children's and human beings in general. And a lot of people ignore it, but over time, this is affecting how we think and how we communicate, and especially how we comprehend. According to the National Center of Education Statistics, roughly half of American adults read below a 6th grade reading level. About 1 in 5 adults read at or below a 3rd grade reading level. Reading proficiency among students has declined in recent years. Book reading is declining. Long form reading is declining. Attention spans are clearly declining. People are consuming more information than ever while spending less time thinking about any individual piece of information that they're receiving. And I know I said rap fans are idiots, but this isn't about intelligence. Reading comprehension and literacy and intelligence are not the same thing. You can be incredibly smart and not a strong reader, but literacy matters because it's not about just the meaning of words. So literacy is understanding language. And if everyone's speaking different languages and doesn't care to understand the other person's language, that's where you get friction. So I would say literacy is important for harmony. And that's my mantra anyways. Be together, not the same. So when literacy declines, it shouldn't be a surprise to us that rap conversations have become less sophisticated. And by the way, the highest form of an MC, I don't care what nobody tells you, that's a battle rapper.
It's kind of interesting because when he touched on the communication and how the communication can be affected just based on how people intake, how people listen, how people hear, and then you look at the dating market. It's actually interesting how all these things are connected around music. And I've said this before, but when it's really shown, like you actually witness and look at the Venn diagram that comes with music being the main topic, it's really, really interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because the dating market today is atrocious on levels I cannot even understand anymore. There's definitely some incredible women out there for sure. My thing is like, for the ones that are constantly around, the ones that we're constantly seeing, is like, I don't even like your vibe. Like, your vibe is kind of lame. Anyway, this is not a dating channel. This is music right here, baby. This was a phenomenal video. This was fire. What is Mona doing? Anyway, I feel like I'm glad I subscribed, first of all, because I feel like I can definitely learn a lot from this dude for sure. It's so interesting when you're looking at a rap fan today and how they cannot comprehend, they cannot understand simple bars that are fed to them. It's like, have you really ever listened to what a rapper is saying, or you just here for the beat, right? Like, because we already know there's tons of people out there, they're listening to the songs for the beat and not the lyric. Once upon a time, it used to be the lyrics and not the beat. Of course, times change. Music industry it's getting real nasty outside, and it's really affecting the music based on everyone's intelligence level. Because like, good music comes in all forms, right? But when it comes to rap at its best form is when it's thought-provoking, and it can still be lit. Don't get it twisted, all right? Even when it comes to battle rap is actually very entertaining, especially when you can pick up everything the rapper's saying. It will literally change your life. Like, you be sitting there like, bro, how do you just put words together well in bars? Because it's crazy to me, you know? But fire video. Shout out to King Green. I made sure to subscribe to him and Rap Latte. I'm definitely checking out more content. I can't wait for that. My final thoughts is the way we need to stand in for hip hop and for rap culture. We should have been doing that 5 years ago. We should have been doing that 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. All I'm saying is that we're clearly late to the party. You know, we fashionably late. But the problem is that the party's not lit no more. So it's up to us to get the party lit. And to get the party lit, we need to come back into the conversations, especially in Canada. Especially in Canada. We don't have enough black creators out here really speaking up and stepping in for rap culture, because we've allowed it to become this way in Canada by not speaking up. But it's about time we start to say something. It's just navigating that road is going to be a little tricky because of what I explained earlier. Because when it comes to the city, the conditioning and the training that came with changing the consumer's mindset when it comes to rap, it's pretty damn clear that it's not the same no more, right? So, not saying it's like we gotta be the Avengers. It's just that we gotta bring y'all back down because y'all are high. Y'all having fun being high. That's great. All right, come back down to the ground because you're gonna float off into space and never return. That's all it is, bruh. And I care for this ish. So I'm gonna do what I can, you know? Anyway, Flex Mob, I'm out of here, bruh. I want to enjoy the weather outside. I want to go cook something. Maybe I can barbecue something. You never know, you know? But look, if you made it to the end of the video, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all know the vibe. You tapped in with your favorite what? Canadian reaction channel and network. Make sure y'all hit that hype button for me, please and thank you. All right? Peace, y'all.